All right, Rattler fans, welcome to Softball Stadium. Inside the brand new park at St. Mary's, it is a party atmosphere as the crosstown rivalry is renewed. Rattlers and Cardinals. We'll do it again one more time. This is game 2 of a 2-game set here this Sunday afternoon. Chilly Sunday afternoon. David Tovar, Brian McGlooly on with you. And already leading off for UIW is number 8, Taylor Johnson, the outfielder. And Brian, I was over at baseball before getting to warmer proximities. Tell me a little bit about Game 1 and how it went for the Rattlers.
Well, Game 1, the Rattlers were victorious 3-0. Viana Gutierrez followed up her no-hitter from yesterday with another outstanding performance, a 4-hit shutout of the Cardinals in Game 1, and now pitching for the Rattlers is Emily Britton.
Yeah, Britton, whose brilliance has been chronicled everywhere throughout her Rattler career, a senior from Corpus Christi. Last week picking up her 13th Pitcher of the Week award. Already a all-conference and all-region pitcher in her first 3 years in St. Mary's Blue and Gold.
And Britton comes into today's ball game with a 1.82 ERA with a 12-3 record. She's started 12 games so far this season as that pitch goes wide. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, Britton has been brilliant throughout this season. As you mentioned, 12-3, I believe. 12-3, I believe, is her record. Here's the next pitch. This one is hit out to short, and the play is made at first.
Great play by Medina, able to get it over to the first baseman Richter for the first out of this ball game.
And as you can tell, everybody who's not inside the circle or catching or left field is wearing the warm-ups, the windbreakers, trying to get a little protection against this cold. And who knows going to turn out this cold? You look at the last couple days here in San Antonio, but of course, 'tis San Antonio weather, and it just drops on the changes on the drop of a hat. As this pitch by Britton is a ball, 1-0.
And it's a matter of not necessarily the temperature, but so much the wind. The wind has definitely been a factor throughout the course of this afternoon.
Not sure if they're in the shot, but the flags that are raised here at the softball stadium right next to the scoreboard, they're waving pretty fiercely right now. The wind, a lot of St. Mary's fans have retreated inside our press box, so if you hear a little chatter in the back, it's a party. And you're invited. 1-1 is the count. This one chopped to the left, fouled away. And that'll move the count to 1-2.
At the plate for the Cardinals is Alex Zapeta, the shortstop.
We'll see how she fares against Britton. 1-2.
In the first game, the UIW bats were unable to get anything going against Gutierrez as Zapeta strikes out swinging for out number 2 here at the top of the first inning. And now up to bat is first baseman Alex Alonso.
Britton here looking to make quick work of this inning. 2 up and 2 down already. This is Alonso.
Here's the pitch from Britton, just outside.
Be called a strike 1. Now here's the interesting thing about Rattlers and Cardinals. In the 5 major team sports, volleyball, basketball, soccer, baseball, and softball, this is the only meeting between Rattlers and Cardinals. The Cardinals have moved up to quote-unquote D1, and now they are playing in a different conference, different league. St. Mary's here, number 12 in the nation. They come into this game. They swept Calumet College of St. Joseph on Saturday. This one is back to Britton, and that will retire the side. 3 up and 3 down. The Rattlers continue to roll. We'll be back. Bottom of the first inning. Rattler softball continues on Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a test initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1,000 have been raised. Hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back to Softball Stadium. It is Rattlers and Cardinals crosstown rivalry renewed inside the park at St. Mary's. David Tovar, Brian McGlue on with you. In order for the Rattlers, it'll be Sardalich, Nichols, and Richter to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Rattlers already victorious in the first game of this two-game set here on Sunday afternoons. What's been a chilly Sunday afternoon. As we talked about earlier in the broadcast, only time that UIW and St. Mary's will meet this season.
And that first pitch catches the outside portion of the plate for a called strike one to Sardalich.
Whitney Waltrip is the starting pitcher for the Cardinals inside the circle. Winds up and deals. So high and outside, it will move the count to 1-1.
In the last game, we saw a little bit of Waltrip. She came in for relief, but this is her first real chance to see the Rattler bats go, and that hit up the middle for Sardalich, and that'll be a leadoff single for the Rattlers.
Good start here for St. Mary's as they get a man on board. No outs. That one right up the gut. And that'll bring us to our next batter.
The center fielder, number 4, Katie Nichols.
Katie Nichols. So Sardalich gets on. Nichols up next. There's Waltrip, deals. First pitch. And Sardalich, looking to steal. We're going to stay at first. Counts 0-1. It's been a litany of success for St. Mary's here in this week. And Super Saturday yesterday featured 5 Rattler wins in men's and women's basketball, both softball games, and in baseball as well. And in baseball earlier today, with an impressive come-from-behind win against William and Jewell College over at Dixon Stadium. They won 4-3. They came into the bottom of the 9th inning trailing 3-1. And then they put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and then they add 1 more in the bottom of the 10th to seal the deal, as this one is up high, and that'll be the first ball of this count, 1-2. So it's been a very impressive week and a fun weekend if you're a Rattler fan. And it's going to be a long trip home. It was a long trip home for the fans from Laredo yesterday, and it's a long trip home to Liberty, Missouri for the William and Jewell fans. And this one is fouled away, and we'll do it again at 1-2.
As you mentioned, Rattler baseball winning 2 of the 3 against William and Jewell. Our visitors from Liberty, Missouri. The Rattlers dropping the first game on Friday, but able to rally, winning yesterday afternoon and coming from behind, as you mentioned, here today.
1-2. This one is chopped back to the pitcher. Toss over to first, and that is out number 1, but not before the runner advances. So we got a runner in scoring position here early for St. Mary's.
And now batting for the Rattlers is Haley Richter.
Richter on the year, very impressive 364 batting average. We'll look to continue that here this afternoon. First pitch to Richter, way outside. And that'll put the count at 1-0.
And the way the wind is blowing, these off-speed pitches these pitchers will be throwing may be affected.
Now the shortstop coming to have a little chit-chat. That's Alex Cepeda. Maybe some words of encouragement there. Probably whispering to her, it's not that cold. Trying to make her feel better. 1-0. Here's Waltrip. That one paints the plate, and it'll be 1-1 now. So runner on second for St. Mary's, one away. We got Richter on up to bat. It's been very impressive on the air, as we mentioned.
And Richter hits that to left center. There to make the play is Johnson. And holding up at second is Sardalich. Two away now for the Rattlers.
And up next is the number 9, Lara Benavides. And she's been on a tear as of late. 2 tournament MVPs to her name in the first month of the season. That's what MVPs do. That's part of the batting ritual. Nonetheless, had a huge RBIs last week. I think burst out for 5, if memory serves me, in the St. Mary's Invitational last week. So she has been on a tear here in the 4 spot and takes and looks for the strike 1.
Benavides this season with 26 RBIs.
That's video game numbers. This one is popped up and fouled away, 0-2.
And now Benavides will have to be cautious. She's down in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, Waltrip survived Richter, who has 32 RBIs on the year, and now Benavides with 26. Doesn't get any easier here for Waltrip. She's up ahead in the count, 0-2. This one way outside, and the runner will advance.
And that's the third time, today that we've seen a pitch by Waltrip sail well over the head of her catcher, who in this ball game is her sister, Shelby Waltrip.
Should be a fun car ride home. This one gets away as well. And the runner will stay at third, 2-2. Quickly, Benavides has climbed back into this count.
And great job by Shelby, able to keep that ball in front of her, preventing Sardalich from potentially scoring the first run of this ball game.
Yeah, that's sibling love right there. Able to bail your sister out. Here's a 2-2. This one is chopped over to the third. And the play is made. And so Incarnate Word gets out of this inning unscathed. They'll head over to the top of the second, 0-0. Stay with us. More coming. Rattler Softball on the Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student-athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Softball Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, inside the park at St. Mary's. David Tofar, Brian McGluey with you. We were chatting a little bit here during the break that there's a new dimension here to this broadcast, at least.
Yes, the live studio audience is joining us here.
Wave hi, everybody. I don't know if you can hear them, but hello, San Antonio, hello. All right, we're back here in the action, top of the second.
Now batting is number 24, the pitcher, Whitney Waltrip, as she takes that first pitch for a called ball. 1-0 now the count.
Always a fun matchup here, pitcher against pitcher. And if you're wondering how to be part of this live studio audience, you can email us or tweet us at St. Mary's. But Rattler Nation having a Rattler Nation social in between games 1 and 2 here. Always fun when, well, now it's rare to see the Cardinals and Rattlers, so why not throw a little party? So a little social, if interested at all in donating to Rattler Athletics and being part of Rattler Nation, check out rattlerathletics.com for more information on that. Britain is now 2-1 here. Yeah, good pretzels, good ballpark food, little sandwich sliders, pretzels, lemonade.
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket, those are always good. And a special thank you to Aramark, who always does a great job catering our Rattler Nation socials.
And the wind really picking up now.
Oh yeah, you can hear it
from our microphone outside.
Placed strategically, like magic.
And Britain able to work the count full. 3-2 now.
How those chants go outside. Base hit or foul ball? Base hit. Those chants are creative. You talk about how much you like those chants.
And that one fouled off the foot of Waltrip. And I really do enjoy those chants by the teams. It's very creative.
Yeah.
It adds a new dimension to the ball game. It makes it a lot of fun and keeps it entertaining.
3-2 here from Britain. This one over to Villa at second and Richter at first. Out number 1. They don't have a chant for that, right? Base hit, foul ball, or ground out. They should add that one. So 1 away. Up next is number 25, Shelby Waltrip. So we'll be seeing 2 Waltrips here. Shelby Waltrip, the catcher for the Cardinals, due up next with 1 away and no outs. Waltrip and her sister Whitney, both from Orangevale, California. Oh, California sounds really good right now. 1-0. Here's the next pitch from Britain. Now an outside of 1-1 and 2-0. Excuse me. You look at the way the softball season has began for the softball team. They've been terrific. They've been in 3 tournaments, and I believe in those 3 tournaments have only dropped, I think, a grand total of maybe 3 games, as this one is out to short, and the play is made. Out number 2. I don't have the record right in front of me. 21-4 coming into this one. They're 14-12 at home. They swept their portions of the St. Mary's Invitational last weekend. I mean, this team has been on a roll. Number 12 in the country.
The Rattlers doing a terrific job. Went on a 14-game winning streak before finally dropping one to, I believe, Angelo State.
Tarleton State on Thursday, and then they came back and ran them off their field. So, really an aberration if you think about it. I think they won the second game 9-2.
And not to mention, the Rattlers started off conference play with a perfect 3-0 record as a beautiful off-speed pitch by Britain catches the outside corner of the plate. 0-2 now the count.
Quickly, Britain up ahead in this count. Looking to make another quick inning of this. 1-2, and looking here for 3. 0-2. This one outside, trying to get the batter to chase. To no avail. 1-2. Michaela Flores at the plate for the Cardinals. And I wrote in Tovar's take that this team isn't just a product of being in the new softball stadium. They've done very well, as we talked about over in Las Vegas. They went 4-1. And to all those who made the trip to Las Vegas, lucky you. We were here in San Antonio. Of course, we love San Antonio, but Las Vegas sounds like a lot of fun. 2-2. Here's Britain. This one is chopped. Medina dives, not able to make the play, and this one will roll to center, where it is Nichols who will field it. And that is the first hit of the game for UIW.
Third base, number 22, Christy Trevino.
Now up to bat, third baseman Christy Trevino, who in the first game suffered a hand injury making a diving attempt in foul territory, but clearly not affected as she's back in the lineup for this second game as she takes the first pitch from Britton for a ball.
1-0 count here for Trevino. Next pitch going to be called a strike. That'll even up the count at 1-1. 2 away, 1 on for UIW. Still scoreless here in the top of the second inning. Britton again. This one is popped up. Nichols gets under it, and that will retire the top of the second. Still scoreless, 1 stranded. You're watching all the action, Rattler Softball on Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Bottom of the second inning. Leading off for the Rattlers will be number 22, Alex Rodriguez, a very much less controversial A-Rod and a very much more productive A-Rod in the Rattler blue and gold. Alex Rodriguez, 291 on the year, 4 homers already. That is tied for a team best with Haley Richter, and also 12 RBIs. So good leadoff hitter here to begin the bottom of the second. Waltrip pitching and catching.
Off the Rattlers, the catcher, number 22, Alex Rodriguez.
There's Rodriguez. She'll dig in. First pitch outside, and that will be ball 1. Next pitch, way outside, 2-0. Good patience shown there by Rodriguez. Gonna let the first 2 go by, and rewarded there on the second pitch as that one sails way outside. And we've seen Waltrip have some trouble here in the early going, and even going back to last game when she came in relief. Sorry here having some trouble with the elements.
The wind definitely playing a factor as Waltrip able to find the strike zone for the first strike of this at bat. 2-1 now the count. And that one finds the strike zone. 2-2 now the count to Rodriguez.
So 2s across the board, 22 at bat, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luckily, no 2 outs. First at bat here of, well, bottom of the second inning, another 2 on the board. Here's a 2-2, Waltrip. And this one up the gut. And this will be a base hit. Good job there by A-Rod, showing patience, getting the right pitch.
And she's able to deposit a hit just out of the outstretched arm of Zepeda at short. And now batting for the Rattlers is Miranda Medina.
The shortstop, number 1, Miranda Medina.
Medina Medina here in her 21st start and 22 games played. Batting just a shade under 200. Trying to get her bat under her. A 5'6" true freshman from San Antonio Southwest.
And it looks to me that there is a pinch hitter at first base. Pinch runner, excuse me, yes.
And see who it is, because they are wearing their windbreaker.
Now ready for number 27, Kiana Cisneros.
It'll be number 27, Kiana Cisneros, another freshman. So you got two speedsters potentially here on the diamond for St. Mary's. First pitch from Waltrip. Oh, nice bunt. Way to lay it down. And Medina almost got there, but she is out at first. But she does the job and advances the runner to second. And the Rattlers now, again, threatening to score.
And great job by the third baseman, Trevino, able to track down that ball and throw it over to first, and to get
Medina
out. Yes,
that's a good point. With the elements, with the weather, with the wind, able to come and make the play. Not easy, as this first pitch is a strike to Danielle Nash.
Nash, in the last game, got hit twice by pitches.
Yeah, definitely a team player there, taking one for the team.
And she takes that one for a called strike, 0-2 now. And over the course of the past 2 days, Nash has been hit by a total of 4 pitches. She must be pretty sore by now.
It's a dubious distinction there. 0-2, moves to 1-2 here for Nash. Nash, the transfer out of Navarro Junior College, getting her 13th appearance in this ball game. 1-2 here to Nash. This one is chopped over to third. It looks like Cisneros will stay at second, and that is out number 2. And the Cardinals here trying to get out of another squeeze.
Now up to bat, the second baseman, Amanda Villa. And that one down the heart of the plate for a called strike 1.
So 0-1 count here for Villa, second baseman. Chops this one foul. Quickly 0-2.
Now if Villa is able to get on, batting will be Hannah Fields, who is on deck.
Villa on the year, batting .313. Nice season for the junior out of Harlandale. This one just outside, a 1-2. And of course, Villa, one of the another fun Rattler fact. One of, I believe, 4 Rattler siblings in Rattler athletics: the Bizarros, the Casperitas, the Villas, and there's one more, and it just escapes right now as Villa goes over to short, and another speedster just not able to make that play over to first. Rattlers get one on, and they strand them. Still scoreless as we go to the third. Stay with us. More upcoming. More Rattler softball on the Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. Institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the third inning, still scoreless between the Rattlers and Cardinals. The crosstown rivalry renewed here at St. Mary's, the brand new beautiful softball stadium. We have a live studio audience with us.
Hey, go Rattlers!
Awesome crowd. You know, in my 4 years of broadcasting, I've never had a live studio audience. There's a reason for that, maybe. The reason being it's cold. So everybody's trying to retreat here.
They're blind also.
Remember the old treehouse we used to have? Yeah, couldn't have a studio audience there. But if you haven't had a chance yet, check out the brand new softball stadium here at the park at St. Mary's. It's gorgeous. The press box doubles as a party room apparently, and because it's been a party here. The Rattlers successful in their first game this afternoon against the Cardinals, and they're looking to make it 2 straight. Quickly, first batter up and down. That was number 6, Lindsey Hood, and Emily Burton trying to make quick work. She must have left the stove running because she is just knocking them and mowing them down. First out of the ball game here, of the third inning here. And so, Brian, you remember this as soon as we went to break. There's 4 Rattler siblings across Rattler Athletics. Rick and Amanda Villa, Madi and Alex Bissaro, Pat and Katie Kasprides, and then on the tennis team,
Jared and Brianna Fellows, both who play on the tennis team.
And tennis who has their highest ranking in program history. So it's huge things going on here at St. Mary's. Softball, of course, duly noted, number 12 in the country. Baseball, number 5 in the country. Men's and women's basketball punching their ticket to the Heartland Conference tournament. Women will be in Laredo on Friday. Men will be over in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Both sound like great summer destinations to me. Hello, Arkansas. So 2-1 here. Burton has allowed 1 hit.
And a check swing there.
And let's see. No, it won't be a second hit. That is out number 2. Burton doing a great job. And her brilliance, as we've mentioned, has been duly noted and well documented. 12-3 on the year. 9 complete games and 2 saves. And, of course, that impressive 1.82 ERA. All these Rattler pitchers have been terrific. Madi Bissaro, 2.54 ERA. And Viana Gutierrez, 1.64 ERA, who got the start in the first game. And as you mentioned, Viana, a shutout in the first game. Of course, to follow up her no-hitter from yesterday. Second of her Rattler career. The first one coming February 16th, 2013, 2 days shy of my birthday. So this is out number 3, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 again. Rattlers and Cardinals all even 0-0. Rattlers at bat next. Stay with us, more upcoming from the softball stadium.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes led a 10 initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
$1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Softball Stadium is the scene in San Antonio, Texas, inside the park at St. Mary's. David Tovar, Brian McGlooey on with me. Crosstown rivalry renewed. It is the only time in the major 5 team sports, volleyball, basketball, softball, soccer, and baseball, it's way out of order, that UIW and St. Mary's will meet. The Cardinals going D1, quote unquote, and The Rattlers here, number 12 in the nation. It's a good matchup here. As the first pitch to Hannah Fields is a 1-0. Fields on the year batting a shade under 150. It's her 18th appearance.
And that last pitch, a really good one by Waltrip, able to paint the outside corner. She comes back inside, but that was a little high. 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, Cardinals have done a good job of averting danger. They've been threatened a couple times, have runners all the way at second, had some speedsters on the bags as well. And Waltrip have done a great job of commanding this infield. As this next pitch outside, 3-1.
And the Cardinals are doing something few teams have been able to do against this high-powered Rattler offense, and that is prevent them from scoring runs early in the ball game as Fields swings and misses on that one. Full count now.
So 3-2, a little bit of instruction here. Sure, it's not the first chit-chat they've had. From fields to fields, on the field. 3-2.
It's definitely a family affair here this afternoon.
That was a family affair. You're absolutely right. 3-2 here. No outs, leading off the bottom of the third. And we'll do it again.
Fields able to barely get contact with that ball and foul it away to stay alive in the count.
Good way to battle here. 3-2, Waltrip. Not out of this just yet. And that'll be a free base given up there by Waltrip.
Good piece of hitting there, or good at bat by Fields. Able to draw the walk. And now up to bat is Nicole Sardalich, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Singled to center her first time up.
Nicole Sardalich.
Sardalich, of course, a very accomplished player. Last year's Heartland Conference Player of the Year. Part of another championship season, and this is Sardalich. This one is popped up to left. Good catch made there.
I believe it was Robles who made the catch, and now up to bat for the Rattlers is center fielder Katie Nichols.
Katie Nichols, that's going to be interesting to get her
Katie Nichols
on the bags. Another speedster. And the Rattlers here are itching for some runs. Already 2 hits, and in every inning they've had a batter on. First pitch to Nichols is a strike, 0-1. And again, a lot of credit to that UIW defense. They've done a great job in fielding against these elements and against very potent Rattler bats.
And the wind once again picking up here, as that one high and outside for ball number 1.
Yeah, just to give an idea how potent the Rattler bats have been. St. Mary's has outscored opponents 140 to 69. It's almost unfair. It's almost like they were playing me. They would be outscoring me by, I don't know, my math serves me right. That's well over 70, maybe 71, right? 40 plus 30 is 70 plus 1. Should be a math major. What am I doing here? Should be a math major. But 2-1 the count here. And the Rattler bats have been huge. They outscored, I believe it was Tarleton State. Yeah, they outscored Tarleton State 23-4 on February the 18th.
And that doubleheader over at Tarleton State.
Yeah, over in Stevensville, Texas. So, I mean, the Rattler bats have been terrific. A lot of pop from a lot of different positions and a lot of different players. 3-1 the count here. This one hops over to short, and the play is not made. Cepeda not able to come up with this one.
And the ball seemed to take a funny hop as Cepeda was about to field it. And the speedster Nichols able to beat out any potential play at first, and now 2 runners are on with only 1 out for Haley Richter.
Now here we have the real meat of the lineup. You got upcoming is Richter and Benavides, both will lead the team, both team leaders in RBIs. So if you're Waltrip and Waltrip, you need to get away from this, maybe try to turn a double play, but that's going to be tough when you got speedsters like Fields and Nichols out on the bag. So 1 away and 2 on. 1-0 the count. Here's Richter. We'll watch a strike go by. 1-1 now. We talked about last time Richter. This one gets away. Wild pitch, and good job there by Shelby Waltrip, able to corral that for Whitney Waltrip. Richter, 364 batting average, 32 RBIs, good enough for the lead on this team. It's really coming on here in this season. We're looking to add to that RBI total. This one is chopped, and that is headed to somebody's car. 2-2. Baseball's dangerous. Baseball is where, you know, the parking lot is right of the field, and so all the foul balls that are hit right, which are a ton of them, you know, it's a crapshoot on where it's going to land. Here at softball, the parking lot is behind, so if it's a, you know, 400-foot homer, and this one is hit back to the pitcher, and Waltrip able to make the play over to first. Alonzo there to make out number 2. So now Benavides will come back up to the plate, her first at bat, also with 2 outs, but now she has 2 runners to potentially bat in. 26 RBIs on the year, and she's been an RBI machine.
Designated player number 9, Laura Benavides.
Also had a home run, believe in, on the road trip, as this one is popped up. And that will retire the side. 2 are stranded. Still scoreless between the Cardinals and Rattlers. Stay with us. More upcoming. Rattlers softball continues on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division 2, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a win.
Division II student athletes have attended initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the 4th inning. Cardinals and Rattlers from Softball Stadium. David Tovar, Brian McGlue on with you. Rattlers have been threatening. Their score is eminent. So has a Snapchat. We're not on Snapchat. We're on Instagram and Twitter at St. Mary's Rattlers. We're also on Facebook. As this one is bunted and it is foul. 0-2. Facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. And of course, the live studio audience you've heard for the last couple of innings, all a part of the Rattler Nation social that took place in between games. And if you're interested in donating and being part of Rattler Nation, check out rattlerathletics.com. 0-2 the count here. Here's Britton. That one up high. Trying to get Zapata to chase. To no avail, 1-2. This one is chopped over to third. Quickly the play is made, and that is out number 1. Love that little sound effect. That's funny. 1 away. Sarlich able to make that play over to Richter. And that'll bring up the next batter, Alex Alonso, the first baseman for the Cardinals.
Alonso takes that first pitch for a ball 1. Alonso 0 for 1 in this ball game.
Two 2-0 quickly the count here. A lot of goodies there, Brian. Marshmallows. Yeah, having some marshmallows off air.
Oh yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Look, it's my job to describe what's going on, and I have to. If it's right next to me, you're waving it at me, almost like you're teasing me with it. 2-1 the count here. It's really been it's a party atmosphere, folks, here in the press box. So,
and it's
the pictures are rolling.
It's definitely a fun atmosphere here at the softball stadium. Great environment as Richter able to field that one and take it to the bag herself for out number 2.
Quick 2 outs in. As the party begins to dwindle, it's still cold outside, so we invite you guys to stay with us. We thank you guys for joining us inside. As I mentioned earlier, first time we have a live studio audience. Really fun. Great to be surrounded by Rattler family. And I know I speak for Brian and myself when I say it's been a pleasure. Thank you for letting us cover these players. A lot of fun. It's always fun when they're rolling. As you mentioned, 14 wins at one point this season. They've won, if my math serves me right again, they've won 18 of the last 19. Oh, it was Angelo State. You're right. You're right. I stand corrected. We reported earlier with Starling State's Angelo State. This went over to short. Medina to Richter. And that will retire the side again. Britton, 3 up and 3 down. She has made quick work of the Cardinals, and her brilliance continues. Stay with us. More upcoming on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Alex Rodriguez.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. Bottom of the 4th inning, leading off for the Rattlers is number 22, Alex Rodriguez, playing catcher this afternoon. First pitch to her is wild outside for a ball 1. Still inside the circle for UIW is number 24, Whitney Waltrip. Catching is her sister, one would assume, Shelby Waltrip. It's a 1-0. Outside, make it 2-0. Can we chat about that celebrity game you have in mind? Do you want to pitch?
No,
Would it be Rattler Network stars going to? Do you want to put us against them? Is that what you want to do?
over the break we were talking about a potential celebrity game here at the softball stadium.
Who would be celebrity first?
Well,
maybe the jocks against the
local celebrities, I guess.
Maybe on-campus celebrities.
On-campus celebrities.
Maybe celebrities in this press box. We're the only people wide with microphones in this press box. But continue.
Well, my idea was, you know how during the
All-Star break,
MLB All-Star game, they have a celebrity softball game, so why not mix the softball team with us? And
I'll play only if we can get some of the real players on our team.
Yes.
Okay, cool. If we can mix them,
and then
I might play.
Our very own Joe Rodriguez suggested that we have Coach Fields and Coach Meagle coach against each other.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. And you're bringing the fence for me at least all the way to the circle, you know, and
or maybe a foot in front.
Yeah, and you give me a tee for sure, and I think it could bode well. 3-2 the count here for Rodriguez. Swings, and that is out number 1. First strikeout for Whitney Waltrip on the afternoon. So 1 away, no on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Up next is Miranda Medina, and Medina looks at ball number 1. Medina in her first at bat did a great job, sack bunting, and was able to move her runner. Cisneros, who came in to pinch run for Rodriguez. There, Medina takes a strike 1. One's across the board. Number 1 at bat, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, here's a 1-1.
And that one bounces in the dirt. 2-1 now the count.
Always fun. Medina takes the 2-1. Fouls that one over to the UIW dugout. 2-2. Medina, the true freshman from San Antonio Southwest. High school baseball and softball already in full swing. Tournament in play for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Crazy times. And when the dust settles, finally district play, and it should be a good year for San Antonio softball and baseball. This one is chopped away left side. And we'll do it again, 2-2. A lot of products from San Antonio. Here at St. Mary's. You got Southwest, O'Connor represented, MacArthur, Antonian, O'Connor, Antonian. 2-2 count here. This one is popped up high over to left, trying to get under it. Oh, proved a little more difficult than maybe it should have been, but again, the wind and the elements. Good catch made there by the left fielder Kellen Robles for 2 outs.
Left fielder number 5, Danielle Nash.
So up next is the left fielder Danielle Nash, and he talked about it her first at bat, the dubious distinction she had last couple of games. Oh, and she has not hit on that one, and gets not enough under it. Out, recorded at left. So 3 up, 3 down. Still scoreless going into the 5th. Maybe some free softball coming up. We continue.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the 5th inning, live from Softball Stadium, inside the park at St. Mary's. David Tovar, Brian McGluion, thank you for letting us into your laptops on this chilly Sunday afternoon. And if you've ever been in San Antonio for a week, you've experienced winter, spring, autumn, and what's the other one? Summer?
Summer.
Yeah, and then you get today. This one has popped up. Over to the right, Nichols trying to get under it, and does quickly. That is Shelby Waltrip. And Nichols registers the first out of the inning.
Designated player number 16, Michaela Flores.
Breaking news, as comes to no surprise, Emily Britton has been brilliant, only allowing 1 hit, and has been retiring batters left and right.
Britton only allowing 1 hit thus far through the first 4 1/3.
Yeah, she's made, I don't know how many innings have been up and down, just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and looking to do it again here in the top of the 5th inning. This is Michaela Flores. Takes, looks. 2-0.
That off-speed pitch by Britton, unable to catch the zone, and she falls behind. 2-0 now the count.
Oh, this one. It's a lot of air under it. It's over to the left.
And great play by Nash to get over and record the out for the second of this inning.
So quickly, 2 away. And the fielders helping out Britton there. Again, all these defenders, all these fielders having to go against the element that is the wind and the wind chill, which I'm sure, I'm no forecaster. Forecasting's got to be the funnest job ever. You're gonna be completely wrong, and you can't get fired. Just say it's the weather, you know. 0-1 here, the count. This is 22, Christy Trevino at the plate. Looks at an 0-1. 2 outs, no runners on. 0-2. Anyway, that's got to be the most carefree job, you know. Forecasting, being a weatherman or, you know, a weather lady, and you can get it wrong. Just say, "Oh, cold front came," or "Oh, cold front left." You know, well, it started raining. You know, 1-2 the count. The things I think about, you know, 1-2 the count. You can't be a doctor and say that. Oh well, you know, dropped my watch in there. You know, 2-2 the count. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Britton looking to make quick work of this inning. Already retiring the first 2. Here's a 2-2. Chopped over to short. It is Medina over to first. And Again, just as forecasted, 1-2-3 for Emily Britton. And this game remains scoreless, 0-0. Rattlers and Cardinals continue on the Rattler Network.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Studio audience. You guys are on. All right, our studio audience, you guys are on. Partying out here. We're running out of lemonade. All right, Rattler fans, welcome back. The bottom of the 5th inning, still scoreless, on our way to potentially some free softball. Between this, the Rattlers and the Cardinals, the crosstown rivalry renewed. Always a blast. David Tovar, Brian McGlooyan with you. And in my 4th year here covering Rattler athletics, this is the only time here of the last year that we're having Cardinals and Rattlers. Out of the 5 major sports we've been mentioning all broadcasts long. In order, soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, and softball. And this one is caught at second. So out number 1 quickly. Therefore, video. But in the 5 major sports, the only time the Rattlers and Cardinals are meeting this entire year, and it almost seems sacrilegious when you think about it 5 years ago. This was the hottest rivalry in San Antonio in collegiate sports.
Right fielder number 2, Hannah Fields.
And in this ball game, though, both teams delivering on.
Yeah, they're living up to that rivalry. Absolutely. And I wrote in Tovar's take, you can read on rattlerathletics.com. At least in my book, still the hottest rivalry in San Antonio Collegiate Athletics. UTSA, of course, with that new football team. Their rivalry is being stomped out by Oklahoma State. Trinity, maybe not a true rival. Our Lady Lake. I think Our Lady Lake and St. Mary's would match up a little bit. I think that'd be fun as they're both just off Culebra and 24th. But really, Rattlers and Cardinals has always been the premier rivalry here in San Antonio. And now that UIW has moved up, I won't say it again, but they moved up. We don't get to see this anymore, and this is the only time that we'll see it across the major team sports. 1-2 here, the count.
And good job by Fields, not chasing that pitch outside. 2-2 the count now.
Fields, who got on with a walk the last time, sends this one flying at left side, fouled away, 2-2. Up high, count is full now, 3-2.
After Fields, it'll be back to the top of the lineup for the Rattlers. Sardalich is on deck.
Fields chops this one back, 3-2. We'll look a little bit ahead here. After this game, Tuesday, March 4th, the Lady Rattlers will be over in Kingsville, Texas. Fond memories of Kingsville, Texas. We were up there for the regional tournament in baseball. Kingsville has it's a charming little town, I suppose, but they have this great eatery. Here's a free plug. Big Bob's House, something. It's like Big House Burgers, Big House Burgers, delicious. And then they have Big House Barbecue, And I think we went to both Big House and Big Bob's, and Big House and Big Barbecue. And I think they have a breakfast restaurant as well. And this one is hit over the left. And now the Rattlers are cooking.
And great job by Fields, able to take that pitch to left field, and now she's on with 1 out, and we're back at the top of the lineup.
You know, I joke about summer destinations, but Kingsville is definitely one of those for that Big House Burgers. We got to go.
Third,
delicious.
Number 15, Nicole Sartledge.
It'll be on the Rattlers tab. So 1 away and a runner on. As he mentioned, back at the top of the order, Nicole Sartledge here for the Rattlers. First pitch is up high. Whoa, they're going to call it a strike. A little bit of drama building there after that pitch. Sartledge on the year, 388 and 15 RBIs. That is good for third on the team behind Richter and Benavides, who are due up. If the Rattlers can get more on base. That pitch a ball, 1-1. This one is popped up, and it will be the shortstop. That is Cepeda coming up with that catch. Now 2 away. Two outs, 1 on. Up next is Katie Nichols.
Katie Nichols.
Nichols so far 0 for 2 on the day.
She definitely has that pop in her bat, has the ability to maybe get one right up the gut. We'll see what happens here. First pitch. Good for a strike, 0-1.
And that was a good pitch by Waltrip, painting the inside portion of the plate. 0-1 now the count.
Here's the next pitch to Nichols. Outside, evens the count at 1-1. And a lot of credit to the Cardinal defense and the Cardinal pitcher, Whitney Waltrip, done a great job avoiding trouble. And when she's been in these kind of pinches, the defense has really come up big.
And if memory serves me correct, I don't think maybe one player for either team has made it all the way to third base.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody's touched third. This one is popped up. Let's see if it gets out of playable range. It does. And so Nichols will head back to the plate, and we'll do it again at now 2-2.
And that was good effort by the second baseman, Lindsey Hood, trying to track that ball down, and that ball just tailed enough out of her reach in foul territory, as we'll see a 2-2 pitch.
Here's a 2-2 from Waltrip. This one is popped up to center, and it's gonna fall at the fence, and we got a run who is gonna come in, and that is Fields to score. Nichols with a stand-up double, and that is the first run of the ball game. Rattlers now lead it 1-0.
And great base running by Hannah Fields, able to score all the way from first base. And with that,
yeah, now Waltrip in big trouble. She's got Richter, and Richter, who leads the team in RBIs, has a runner on second to Speedy Nichols. Here's the first pitch from Waltrip. You know, you think about what ifs, and had that play been made over on the right side of the field by the first baseman,
the inning would have ended.
Yeah, it could have been over, and it would have been scoreless. Now the Rattlers here are threatening. I mentioned earlier it was imminent. It was a matter of time, as the Rattler bats have been cooking. I think it was me mentioning Big House Burgers. 1-0. I'll try to take credit for it, you know. Great hitting. Good job by the Rattlers here. They'll look to keep their bats rolling. Next pitch, outside. Oh, they're going to call it inside. Oh, what do I know? 1-2.
Richter will have to battle back. She's down in the count.
Richter chops that one over to the pitcher, and that will retire the side, but not before the Rattlers score one. They now lead it. Crosstown rivalry renewed. Rattlers and Cardinals 1-0. Lead for St. Mary's.
So much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have the 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised. Hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the 6th inning. Cardinals and Rattlers. David Tovar, Brian McGluhan, and a live studio audience that has been reinvigorated after the Rattler run. Golf claps. That's fine. Trying to not break the concentration of the fine athletes out there. Rattlers, they were cooking, Brian. It was a matter of time, and they got to run in.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Katie Nichols, able to drive a ball deep into the outfield, scoring Hannah Fields all the way from first, as Medina able to get over and make the play for out number 1.
Medina's seen a lot of action. True freshman from San Antonio Southwest, and she's done a great job fielding and helping Britton out. Britton, of course, terrific. That seems to be the case usually. 12-3 on the year, 1.82 ERA, and right now working on a one-hitter.
A pinch hitter. I believe it is
Brooke Dubois.
She was the starting pitcher of the first game here earlier on this afternoon.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 27, Brooke Dubois.
So Dubois at the plate here. Gonna try to play a little bit of pitcher against pitcher, I suppose. First pitch to Dubois is a ball, 1-0.
In the last game, she didn't have much success against Viana Gutierrez at the plate.
Dubois, though, good hitter, 423 on the year, and it's her 14th appearance. Maybe one of those power hitters. You try to throw a little something different here at the pitcher. I mean, Britton's been dominating the first 9. Might as well throw a 10th at her. 2-1.
And that off-speed pitch just got away from Britton, as Dubois let that one go for a called ball.
2-1 the count here. 108. Britton delivers that one. Called strike. 2-2. I mean, it's been one of those games, and you're not supposed to say this because it would jinx it. It's one of been those fast-moving games. Britton has really retired these Cardinal batters with ease, making it 1, 2, 3 innings up and down. Here's a 2-2. This one is popped up to right, and Fields not able to come up with this play, and Dubois continues. She'll stop at second, a stand-up double.
And the wind definitely a factor on that play. It tailed away from Hannah Fields, who initially made her move to the right, and since the wind blowing from right to left, the ball tailed away from her outstretched arm.
So we'll see a pinch runner here for Dubois. It'll be number 7, Caitlin Thomas. And the coaching strategy worked on that at bat, and let's see if it works here with this pinch runner. The Cardinals here looking to even things up in the top of the 6th inning.
And there will be another pinch hitter.
Another substitution here. It'll be number 1, Mia Esposito.
Esposito,
a sophomore from San Antonio O'Connor,
and she was the starting catcher of the last game for the Cardinals.
So they're trying to throw everything different here at Britton here in the top of the 6th inning. It worked the first time. Let's see if it'll work twice. Fool me once, shame on you. 1-0. Here's Britton. This one is chopped. It stays fair. Sardulich trying to make the play at first. It is in time.
What a play by Nicole Sardulich.
What drama built by that umpire. He really made us wait for that one.
Sardulich able to track that one down, and she was able to gun Esposito out at first for the 2nd out of the inning.
So that's 2 away, and you got a runner on 3rd now. This is, besides Fields' first runner for the Cardinals to reach 3rd. Thomas at 3rd. Up next is Cepeda, the shortstop. Here's Britton delivering. Over to 3rd. And the Rattlers get out of this inning. The Cardinals strand a runner at 3rd. And the Rattlers still lead going into the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0 over the Incarnate Word Cardinals. Stay with us, more upcoming on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have the 10 initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Bottom of the 6th inning. Laura Benavides leading off for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Benavides having her best season as a Rattler, 342 on the year. The junior from Robstown, Texas, near Big House Burgers.
Go Laura.
Her relative's right behind me, so if you can hear that, let her hear it. And this one is popped up, and the play made by Cepeda at short, quick first out here for the Cardinals.
And now up to bat for the Rattlers, catcher Alex Rodriguez.
Rodriguez on the day, 1 for 2. Also struck out, but she'll look to keep the momentum going here for the Rattlers. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Whitney Waltrip has 1 strikeout. That is to Rodriguez, 1 walk. Also giving up 1 earned run off 4 hits. Here's Waltrip again. This one takes a couple bounces in the dirt, and it is a ball 1, 1-1. So looking ahead in the schedule, Rattler fans, next up for St. Mary's will be a trip to A&M Kingsville. Before I got to talking about Big House, and I promise I won't mention him again, here is Rodriguez. This one past the shortstop, and another base hit here for St. Mary's.
A hot shot to the shortstop Zepeda, whose diving effort was not rewarded, and A-Rod is at first with a 1-out single.
The Rattlers will be back here at home on the 7th and 8th of March. A 3-game series with Oklahoma Panhandle State. Friday that kicks off at 3 p.m. and then Saturday at noon. You can catch that coverage here on RattlerAthletics.com and, of course, the Rattler Network. First pitch to Medina is a ball, 1-0. Medina's done a good job here in this game fielding. Had some great hits come toward her, and she's been able to thwart those. And has also done a good job with a sack bunting, a speedster. It's another one of those players. She gets on the bags. Watch out. 1-1. Oh, a lot under that one. It is deep to left, and it is caught by Kellen Robles. See some horns, as they thought it was threatening too. So 2 away.
Close call for Rodriguez, who thought that ball was out of the reach of Robles, and A-Rod had to hustle her way back to first before getting tagged out for the potential double play.
So only 2 away and 1 on here for St. Mary's. Danielle Nash up next. It's their 3rd at bat of the game, has not reached base. Here is first pitch to Nash. Outside for ball 1.
Nash so far 0 for 2 on the day.
This one chopped over toward the dugout. Foul ball, strike 1.
Unfortunately, in this ball game, Nash has not been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, I'm sure she's very, very happy about that development. This pitch up high for ball 2, 2-1. So Rattler fans, St. Mary's will be back here. Lady Rattlers will be back here at the softball stadium Friday and Saturday against this one is fouled up into the Cardinal, toward the Cardinal faithful. They'll be back against Oklahoma Panhandle State. 3 o'clock on Friday, noontime on Saturday. And then for baseball, the baseball Rattlers, who are ranked number 5 in the nation, they will be over at Abilene, Texas. They'll be taking on McMurray on Friday and Saturday. 3 games set, and they'll be back on Tuesday the 11th. As Nash strikes out. And that'll be out number 3 as we head to the top of the 7th. Final chance here for the Cardinals to get on the board and make it a game. Stay with us. More upcoming on the Rattler Network.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the 7th inning. You are looking live at Softball Stadium inside the park at St. Mary's. David Tovar, Brian McGlue on with you. It's been a blast here having a live studio audience. First for this broadcaster's career. Brian, I'm sure I know you've enjoyed the company of many of Rattler Nation's faithful.
Always fun to have interaction with the fellow Rattler fans here.
And I like that. Fellow Rattler fans. First and foremost, we're fans. And then we're broadcasters next. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. At the plate is the first baseman, Alex Alonso. Cardinals here down to their final inning. They trail by 1. Here's Britton. This one chopped away. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. And we've been talking about it all weekend. We had a huge campaign going for this game on Twitter and Instagram, #DestroyTheBeak. And the Rattlers will look to hold true to that slogan that we created as they look to go 2-0 here on this Sunday afternoon. This one way up high, ball 2.
The 3, 4, 5 hitters due up this inning for the Cardinals. They haven't had much going this entire afternoon, amassing only 6 combined hits on Britton and Gutierrez, as that ball is fouled away for called strike, and we'll see a 2-2.
Yeah, I am positive that the Cardinals getting away from St. Mary's, having to play them often. They're very happy about that. Now faring against D1 competition, well, that's a story that's left to be written. This one gets past Villa, and that will be another base hit here for the Cardinals as Alonso gets on here in the top of the 7th. That's very important. You don't want to. This is not the inning to start having some lapses.
And the tying run now at first, as we'll see.
We got a pinch runner upcoming here. I believe that's 0. Daniel Ramirez from San Antonio Marshall will come in, 5'3" freshman. Looks like the typical speedster. Now the head coach here for Incarnate Word giving her pitcher / next batter, Whitney Waltrip, giving her some instruction. One would assume it's to lay down the bunt and advance the runner. We'll see what happens here. Rattler infield, of course, already planning for that and much, much more.
Sardalich playing close, and Richter playing maybe a step in front of first base.
They're going to go all the way to second, and great nab there by Medina, but the runner will steal second. Dangerous toss there by Rodriguez there. I mean, that could have gotten a little too high, and Medina, of course, not the tallest person in the world, but quite an athlete, able to make that leap and make that catch there. Still danger averted. Runner on second, no outs. Waltrip at the plate. Looks at an 0-1. Here's Britton. This one is chopped over to first. Britton looks back over, and the play is made. Great awareness there by Britton. Just able to stare down Ramirez at second and then makes the play at first, so 1 away. And this is going to be one of those innings, I suppose, where Britton is going to look to have her infield helper make the plays at first. If you can contain the runner at second and just keep everything inside the infield, or maybe pop it up, Rattlers should be fine here. 1 away. Up next is 25 Shelby Waltrip, so we'll see Waltrip to Waltrip.
That one low in the zone, ball 1.
One away and 1 on. Here's the 1-0. Chopped over to third. It is foul. That'll bring the count to 1-1.
And it is during these moments that great players make a name for themselves.
Oh, yeah, in rivalry games like this.
And Emily Britton, definitely not one to shy away from the spotlight, as that pitch is hit foul. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, Britton already has her name etched in Rattler lore. I'm going to go and make a bold prediction and say that her number will be hanging off the rafters inside Bill Gree Arena. One of the all-time Rattler greats you're watching right here. And so here in the top of the 7th, up by 1 with a runner on second. Let's see what Britton has here. Up high, ball 2. Britton, who has run roughshod through this entire conference for the last 2 years, through the entire region for the last couple years. So many accolades. Here with the 2-2, this one over to short. Medina back to first, runner over to third. Stardelich bobbles and corrals it, but the runner gets to third, and so now with 2 away, it's a huge at bat here. And time is called.
Michaela Flores will take the plate after this short timeout.
So some strategy being talked here by UIW. If you're the Rattlers here, if you're Britton pitching, you keep them. You try to make her hit one on the ground and get the quick force out at first.
All the Rattlers need is 1 out.
I think Flores is gonna. Okay. I thought they were gonna maybe sub her out, but they're gonna test Flores' wheels here. They're gonna try to pitch it on a little low, try to get it on the ground. You see the infield kind of backing up just a little bit in order to prevent any leaks.
Sardelich playing in, however, just in case a potential squeeze play is in order, as that one catches the outside corner for a called strike 1.
Oh, good pitch there, Britton. And Britton might just take care of this herself. Gonna try to go with a proverbial jugular, maybe get her striking out. Here's the 0-1 from Britton. 1 on, all the way at third. A 1-run lead for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Here's Britton. Sets up and deals. Strike 2.
Oh, beautiful pitch by Britton.
Britton gonna take this, gonna try to take this on her own. Not gonna let it even come down to a couple hops of the ball either way. So 0-2 here, 2 away. Britton sets up. Rodriguez confirms, and here is Britton. Outside, trying to get Flores to reach, and doesn't. 1-2. You can see the press box, the live studio audience. It has become quite the scene. Everybody kind of on the edge of the desk here as we're waiting here. This pitch, 1-2, 2 away. Here's Flores. Now Britton up high, and ooh, called ball 2.
Definitely high drama building in this final at bat, potentially, as that one chopped over to Sardelich, and Sardelich able to make the final out of the game. An exciting one at that. The Rattlers victorious here in game 2 of this doubleheader. 1-0 is the final. Emily Britton picking up another victory on the season.
Yeah, she improves to 13-3. Terrific performance, only allowing 2 hits and doing a great job in that top of the 7th inning. Much credit to that Rattler infield against the elements, in the cold, in the wind. They were terrific. And the St. Mary's Rattlers defeat crosstown rival, Division 1, quote-unquote, the UIW Cardinals, 1-0. Stay with us. More upcoming this season for Rattler Softball on Rattler Network.